This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, the government's failed KiwiBuild scheme restrictions have been lifted on who can buy Wanaka's unsold KiwiBuild houses. More than 90 felters are set to descend on Queenstown Central for the biggest event on their craft calendars. And players of all abilities took to tennis courts in Ashburton for a Love Tennis event. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Simon Anderson. The government's deal to create KiwiBuild homes in Wanaka was not in the best interest of first home buyers. That's according to Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern as the government lifts restrictions on who can buy the unsold KiwiBuild houses in Wanaka's North Lake subdivision.
20 terrace houses under construction at Wanaka's North Lake subdivision, which have been on offer to KiwiBuild first home buyers for prices well over $600,000. A month after going on the market, they've remained unsold and unwanted. Now dubbed a failure, the KiwiBuild houses will be put up for sale on the open market as the government reconsiders its ambitious target of building 100,000 homes to help Kiwis struggling to buy their first home.
The target that we had, that was leading to decisions that weren't in the best interests of those first home buyers or the KiwiBuild scheme.
Prime Minister Ardern says selling the houses to all comers will help the government get back their capital for building more KiwiBuild homes in the future, though possibly not in affluent towns such as Wanaka.
So moving away from the target, we think will help make sure that we're building the right house in the right place and for first home buyers who are looking for them.
She says the government remains committed to helping all Kiwis get a warm, dry house, such as this state house built in the Dunedin suburb of Concord last year, which was the first state house to be built in Dunedin since 2009.
We are not changing our focus, however, on addressing this housing crisis. We will continue to build affordable homes. We will continue to build state homes. We will continue to intervene in a failing market.
Earlier this year, a report showed the median house price even in Dunedin is now 6 times the median household income, meaning the city is officially considered unaffordable by some international measures. In Dunedin and Wanaka, The South Today.
Some Queenstown residents are angry after 2 trees in the town centre were felled to make room for bus stops. 3 existing bus stops on Camp Street will move to Stanley Street to minimise disruption during upgrades to O'Connell's Mall. Yesterday morning, 2 large birch trees on Stanley Street were cut down to make way for the new bus stop. Dozens of residents took to the council's Facebook page to air their frustration, calling the move disgraceful and shameful. The council responded saying it was an issue for the New Zealand Transport Agency. NZTA say the birch trees were not protected and were on private property, thus public consultation was not required. They say they're negotiating replacement trees in another part of the Queenstown urban area. Central Otago's creative felters are gearing up for the biggest event on their craft calendars in recent times. More than 90 registrations have been received for the 15th convergence of felters affectionately dubbed Felting Frenzy.
From flowers to stars and all manner of things in between. Around 90 people have signed up to take part in a gathering of felters in Queenstown later this month.
Convergence is a coming together of like-minded people. So when we say we're going to converge in Queenstown, felters from throughout the world, but mainly the Southern Hemisphere, will converge and we'll all come to Queenstown for 4 days of felting and fun.
Organised by Southern Fun Felters, convener Gillian Shaw says many people are working behind the scenes, preparing all aspects of the 3-day event. Shaw says all manner of things can be made with felting.
There's all sorts of things, from a felted hat to boots to gloves to novelty items. And one of our members has felted the most amazing piece to go in the foyer at Ridges, and it's our native birds and native flowers with welcome and kia ora on it.
A wide range of items have been donated for goodie bags, including cotton and 25 grams of what's believed to be New Zealand's finest Macron silver from the Forest Range in Olyndus Pass. She says many people are expected to turn up from around the globe, and with many of them bringing treasures with them to pass on to others.
There could be anything in those, and sometimes it's people are de-stashing, so they may no longer need the silk or whatever that they've got. So it's a bit like a rummage or a car boot sale, but should be a lot of fun.
Registrations have been received for the event from as far away as Canada, America, Singapore and Australia, along with many New Zealanders. Felting Frenzy is set to run in Queenstown from September the 23rd to the 26th. In Alexandra, the South Today.
Police are on the trail of a group of youths linked to an assault on a Good Samaritan who tried to stop a car theft in Port Chalmers last night. Sergeant Ian Paulin of Dunedin said the group of young people had congregated at an Albertson Ave property, though police understood they did not live in the seaside settlement. Police were called after a member of the public was assaulted when they tried to intervene in the theft of a vehicle, Sergeant Paulin said. Officers arrived at the scene, but the vehicle and the culprits were nowhere in sight. Sergeant Paulin said inquiries were ongoing to locate the vehicle. Police have the names of the offenders believed to be behind the assault and theft. There was a good turnout at the Love Tennis event held in Ashburton over the weekend. All ages and abilities enjoyed court time at the open day to see what's on offer for the upcoming season.
People of all ages enjoying a spot of friendly tennis at the Ashburton Trust Tennis Centre. Last weekend was an opportunity for the centre to open the gates and show off the facility to the wider community.
It's a great opportunity for us to give back to the community too, get everybody in here and just show off the sport that we love.
6 activity stations were set up for players to enjoy a taste of the game and get a racket in hand. Tiller says the centre is designed to allow tennis to be played outdoors in the evenings as well.
We're pretty lucky with 16 courts all floodlit.
He says the day was held in part to make public aware of the various programs for different age groups.
We're marketing our Hot Shots, which is a great program for juniors, some adult lessons and holiday programs for people.
Similar events were held at more than 120 clubs around the country to promote the game and the new season. In Ashburton, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, the upgraded Wanaka Airport is facing viability issues, and we meet another hopeful contender in the race for Dunedin's mayoralty. See you after the break.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
At Alex Campbell Menswear, we bring you the best value. We have bought a massive selection of moleskins, and we're passing on the savings to you. Buy one pair, save $25. Buy two, save $60, and we have a great deal on our knitwear. Look at it all, 25% off all our knitwear. And to go with the knitwear, what about a nice warm shirt? These are 25% off too. And while we're doing the 25% off, what about on the jackets? 25% off them as well.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So check us out for massive savings this winter.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
No mai nō, welcome back. The upgraded Wanaka Airport will need to have passenger jets landing and taking off every 10 minutes to be viable. A recently released report into Wanaka's airport expansion has found it will cost around $400 million. Chartered accountant Richard Somerville says to attain a standard investment return, the airport will need over 3 million passenger movements per year. This equates to about 26,000 landings and taking offs annually, or one every 10 minutes. The report was commissioned by a Wanaka stakeholders group who say they represent nearly 3,000 members. Group members plan to ask the council plenty of questions in the coming days. The Lakes District Council has not responded to a request for comment. The Dunedin's Mayor Dave Cull is stepping down after serving 3 terms, and 14 hopefuls vie to be elected for the role. In tonight's bulletin, Otago Access Radio host Ian Telfer interviews candidate Rachel Elder as to why she wants to be mayor and where the change of office.
A one-term city councillor who's been an employment consultant and a wide-ranging community advocate, Rachel Elder. Welcome, Rachel.
Kia ora.
Rachel, what's your priorities for this one? Like, what are you focused on?
Well, I think one of the things I'd like to see is that we actually, as a group, when we first get in, take a couple of days away and do some looking at who we are, getting to know each other. I would like to see that happen, and also talking about what values we want as a team and what kind of feel we want as a team, because I think the culture that you have on council actually helps you be able to think better. Like, you can talk about things when people trust and respect. If you've got shared vision, it really helps that. So one of the first things I would do is actually that.
Which is what, a team building exercise?
Yeah, a team building exercise, and talking about what kind of culture and how we might carry that through. So say every second month go out for dinner or something like that.
Is there room for a Trump supporter?
There's room for everybody. I think council is about people being voted on by a diverse group of people. We're not all purists, and we've all got good ideas, and that's why people are voted on council, for the ideas that that person represents. So I think everyone's got good ideas, and I think supporting each other with those and helping people, people being free to articulate those are really important. May Chen did a study on boards and councils, and what she found was diversity was really, really important on boards, major. And the diversity of thought was the biggest issue. And so diversity of thought means you've got everyone in the room and they've got a different angle on something, and you come out with something better.
Where do you stand on the climate emergency stuff? Because that's obviously been something that the council wrestled with, and you were around the table, right?
Yes, and I agreed with the climate emergency in the sense that we need to act. So we've got, at the moment, we're reviewing our waste streams. We've got a huge opportunity for looking at our waste stream and recovering carbon dioxide from the new rubbish dump. We've got to look at everything, and it's in all our streams of work. How do we reduce our carbon? But it's also about having a more sustainable world. If I walk a lot of the time, I get fitter, I get healthier, and it's more sustainable for me. If I bike, so sometimes I bike, sometimes I walk, and sometimes I take the car, depending on the situation. And we can all start moving in that direction. And we're on this journey together. I look at the plastic situation, the plastic bag thing, and like 10 years ago, we wouldn't have thought everybody wouldn't be taking plastic bags home from the supermarket. People can change, but it's about telling the story in a positive light. When I broke my leg, I used to take the bus. I'd take the bus to work and then walk home for my fitness and well-being. Otherwise, my leg wouldn't have got better. So you can look at it in other contexts as well. And, you know, our world's resources are limited. If you reuse, reduce first, don't buy as much, reuse and recycle, then we're not actually using up all our world's resources as well. And there's so many positives in this, and there's so many ways to tell the story that we should be changing to a more sustainable lifestyle.
And we'll bring you more interviews with various candidates over the next 5 weeks. You can also watch the full 45-minute interview on odt.co.nz. After the break on the South Today, grassroots rugby is alive and well in St Bathans, and we look at the weather for Wednesday and beyond. See you soon.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chill.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. For a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Thanks for staying with us. People of all ages lined St Bathans Rugby Field for the annual Wooden Cup match between Becks and St Bathans on Saturday. It could have been anyone's match until the final quarter, but a late try gave Becks the margin it needed for a healthy 34-19 win.
Grassroots rugby is alive and well in St Bathans. This match between Becks and St Bathans dates back to the gold mining era. Back then it was played between the Irish and Welsh gold miners. Becks coach Steve Hoare says although his team came away with the win, the game is about bringing the community together. The St Bathans coach Phil Smith agrees, saying it's played pretty tough on the paddock, but they're all good mates. The teams are playing for the Wooden Cup, which was made when the tournament was resurrected at the end of World War II by the then publican of the Vulcan Hotel. The main boundary dividing where the teams come from is Woolshed Creek. In St Bathans, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The government's failed KiwiBuild scheme restrictions have been lifted on who can buy the unsold KiwiBuild houses in Wanaka. More than 90 felters are set to descend on Queenstown Central for the biggest event on their craft calendars later this month. And players of all abilities took to the tennis courts in Ashburton for a Love Tennis event which saw many people belting balls in all directions. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we welcome editor Barry Stewart. Kia ora, Barry.
Hello Simon. Ministry of Health is confident the Wilson's car parking building in Dunedin will be bought in time, within the time frame for work to begin on the new hospital rebuild. So encouraging signs there. Dunedin researchers highlighted the strength of a potential new drug therapy against one of the most aggressive forms of breast cancer. A new direct bus service is in the works for Lake Hayes and Shotover Country residents, so the subdivisions there, but it means up to 7 free car parks in the CBD will go. So that's that. Chamber of Commerce Chief Executive Dougal McGowan reflects on Otago's poor showing in the ASB Regional Economic Scoreboard. We also have some strong sports news tomorrow. The draw for the next round of Super Rugby is out.
Right.
The Highlanders have a bye first up, and the matches begin in late January. How about that, eh? Not far away at all. So there you go.
Right, very good. Thank you, Barry. And now time for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with today's southern view, merging lanes in a tour van in the Octagon at lunchtime. Looking at the situation, a westerly airflow will remain for a few more days with showers at times on the south coast, but mostly fine weather elsewhere. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a cloud or two and 14 degrees. Across to the northeast, where Nelson and Blenheim are due for a cloudy day with 15 degrees. Moving down to Canterbury, where it's a bit cloudy across this region. Kaikoura, Christchurch and Ashburton, you all head for 11 degrees. Looking at the southern towns, expect increasing westerlies with some cloud and late showers across this region. The Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore all aim for 10 degrees. Travelling westward to central Otago, you should plan for moderate southwesterlies and mostly clear skies. Queenstown and Wanaka can expect 10 degrees, Alexandra you're heading for 11, and Te Anau you should expect westerlies, showers and 9 degrees. Looking at the northern towns, along the coast, Timaru and Oamaru, you can expect light winds and clear skies. 11 for Timaru and 10 degrees for Oamaru. Further inland, Twizel and Omarama are set for moderate westerlies with fine weather, and it's 11 for you both. In Dunedin, some cloud and breezy westerly winds tonight and an overnight low of 4. Fine tomorrow with long sunny periods and scattered cloud. Cool with fresh, gusty westerly winds, a high of 10 and a low of 7. Mostly fine on Thursday with high cloud, sunny periods and milder temperatures, a high of 15 and a low of 10. And finally moving to Invercargill, mostly cloudy tonight with westerly winds and an overnight low of 7. Fine at first tomorrow but cloud increasing and westerlies freshening. Some showers from late afternoon with colder southwesterlies for a time. A high of 9 and a low of 5. Fine on Thursday with sunny periods and some cloud and fresh, milder northwesterly winds. A high of 14 and a low of 8. That's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.